Right. I think, the fact that you're talking about the resilience and focus on people, the importance of staying connected to our consumers and what their journey is likely to be with us, and the fact that the whole premise of a going concern is something which really probably needs relooking at. I think these are really interesting points for us to take forward into our discussion. And Aksh, I will, address the next point of discussion to you. We were talking about how, as one of the largest facility services providers in India, you have focused a lot on ensuring that the financial prudence is something which has always been center stage, as well as the fact that you actually went to a focused strategy of looking after key accounts and really pruning down your list of customers. Now, in the current scenario, would you say that those are things which help you to be more resilient in an unplanned sort of a crisis, or would this force you to go back to the drawing board and revisit some of those premises?
Sure, thank you, Jyoti. And unprecedented times indeed. Everything that we had known about workplaces, business is being challenged, and we are actually in many ways forced to challenge and look at businesses in the light of new emerging trends. Emerging trends in terms of changing customer preferences, trust, confidence, buying habits. We are moving towards an online century where everything that could be done online is now being done online. You're like literally forced to do that, and your options to use the regular brick and mortar businesses is coming down. There is this trend of cocooning which is starting. So you do work from home. So everything that could be done from home, just stay at home and do it, because that's the safest place for work. So I really see every business reinventing itself. Only the other day I was talking to one of my friends who used to run a chain of restaurants. You have about 65 restaurants in UK, and it's now transferring it into ready-to-eat restaurants. So all the fine dining is gone. So you come in, pick your meal, and then you leave. Same things being adopted. We see in India some of our travel portals, or some of the biggest and the largest hotel companies transforming themselves into food deliveries. Okay, India and China are contemplating usage of drones to actually deliver, not only to spray the medicine, but to deliver food, deliver supplies, and all these. Everyone is reinventing. I mean, for us, so ICE has been one of the largest facility management companies in India, with over approximately 70,000 employees in India, spread all over the length and breadth of the country. And over last many years, over 3 to 4 years, we have actually adopted a strategy of working with key accounts, and that really in many ways is helping us out in this environment. A few years back, we took a decision that we cannot try to be everything to everyone, but rather we should try to be everything to someone. Okay, and to those select few customers which mirror our values, which mirror our same progressive thinking, and where I think we can actually grow much more, and we can actually be strategic partners to them, rather than only being a service provider, which changed the entire way we work with business. So we've chosen 3 business segments for us, which was banking and financial services, business services and IT, and industry and manufacturing. And then everything else that we have, we kind of put them together in something that we call specialized services. While we do work with many of the other customers in other industries as well, but our focus essentially has been these 3 business segments. And we all know B2B businesses are a reflection of their own customers. So what goes to their customers also in many ways have a ramification on our businesses. So if you see, banking right now is exposed to a whole host of risk of NPAs. There is revenue compression, rate cuts, and there is huge collapse in demand. Same thing with business services and IT, with the concept of new the concept of workplace has changed for them. Now they're all the huge amount of money which was invested in infrastructure. Now everyone is challenging, should we actually move to work from home on a more permanent basis? I mean, we all know the announcement made by TCS. Yeah, that's quite revolutionary. It will also throw some problems the moment we adapt to these newer ways of working. I mean, IT security, data privacy, and few of these confidentiality norms used to be the most important bulwark where they had actually created these huge campuses. Now we cannot throw them out of the way, but there has to be some sort of a balance that will creep in. And then the third industry segment for us has been industry and manufacturing, which at this point in time is impacted, but that probably is the least impacted, because how long would you stay? You cannot bring factories inside your homes. So the machinery, the heavy equipment that stays out there, it will stay where it is, and people will have to go and work in these environments. So the option is, how can you create, or how can you create the level of trust in people coming into workplaces, or people getting back to businesses. So among the service lines also that we have chosen, we also see a big shift which is taking place. So food services business that we have has come to a grinding halt, with offices being closed. Nobody is getting into the pantries and ordering food. Everyone's eating at home, and the restaurant business is getting impacted. But then at the same time, our hygiene or cleaning business is seeing a huge uptick. And we are moving. There is a drastic change from the old manpower-based cleaning to a huge amount of technology which is being brought into this vertical. And we are working with most of our key accounts to bring in whole host of new concepts, whether it is UV cleaning, robotics, UV installation in AHUs to prevent the cross contamination through centralized air conditioning, redesigning the entire workplace to actually give the comfort for employees or people walking in. And I'm sure Pranay will also relate to a lot of these, so much so that we've now launched a new product which we call Pure Space, which is basically depends on bringing the best and the highest hygiene standards, in this industry for the customers, making sure we use the right sort of chemicals, we use the right sort of tools and technologies, and also then aided with a proper testing. So you can actually, so there are, in food industry is used to do ATP testing, which is adenosine triphosphate, which can actually indicate the presence of biological residue on a surface. So if you want to know how clean your desk is, and if you want to know how clean the chair on which you are sitting on actually is possible in a matter of 3 minutes. Okay, so we are bringing this more and more to our key customers in order to give them that level of confidence that that you can come inside and there is a pure space that could be created for you, which will reduce the infection that is currently present to a significant level, and that could be certified, and that's and we are working with some of our customers to actually give them a proper certification. So business is changing, adapting to newer ways of doing business. We're also evaluating, could we actually add another business segment to us, which is pharma and FMCG, which is the growth segment. So largely, I think there is an impact on our business. There is an impact on everyone's business, in these environments. But I think the choice of our industry segments, the choice of our services that we have taken for in past are very, very resilient. And I think it's a matter of time when we tide over these crises and actually surge ahead.